Hello and welcome back to B2B Direct Talk. My name is Francois Go, your host, and I own a little consulting boutique, marketing and sales operation services here in Pittsburgh. And this episode, like all others, is not about jargon and marketing and sales. It's about business development. So we actually have a question coming from one of our guests, so let's hear it.
Hi, thanks for having me on the show. I have one question for you. Do you know exactly what marketing activities led to a sale at a particular account, or even in general?
That's a very good question. Most company I work with, we've been told, because we're so complicated in an industrial business-to-business environment, having to deal with those famous three characters I explained in the last episodes, the specker, the buyer, and the manager, right? It takes so long. The sales cycle are sometimes weeks, months, quarters, some of our customers is years, that you cannot do a formal attribution. E.g., I've been working with so many managers and bosses over my career asking me, what's my ROI? I keep paying you and giving you money, show me what you got. I wish that was that easy. Matter of fact, some of the technology that I've been using over the years is actually quite helpful. But if you don't believe in statistics or quantum physics with the law of probability, and if you're a straight commander that needs to see direct association between I pay $100, I expect 1,000, you're never going to be satisfied. Okay, so we want dashboards, we want reports, we want attribution, we want to see results. Yeah. But the fact that if your system underneath it is not aligned, I just talked in the previous episode about having a marketing communication system in there, a social management system here, social media, an ad management campaign here, and a CRM and an ERP and God knows how many other LTAs, three-letter acronyms that you want to throw in there. That alphabet soup becomes a little problematic to find the origination of a particular activity to a dedicated sales. You can ask as much as you want. Might as well forget that question. I think erase it from memory is what I would recommend. Now, what we can help with a little sweat is connecting your sales ledger, wherever it is, the people you bill, to the marketing activities that we can see in the so-called integrated system. So if your message is clear, your audience is perfectly targeted, your systems are working together, your teams are working together, you might be able to connect the dots faster than you think. And this is, you still have to believe in the evolution of the data rather than the exact meaning of the data. Let me explain that. I can spend hours, and I did, with my team and management over many years, saying, well, we got 10,000 impressions on the website today, and we got 3 clicks, and we got 1 order. Yeah, but that order came from John, and that one came from Jane. She worked very hard on it. True. So how do you attribute marketing activities to a single activity in sales? You can't. There's beautiful software out there. I'm working on some of it as well. That can get you close to that answer, but it's a lot of if then and what if then, and then if then again. So probabilistic approach works, but you got to pay a lot of money and bring a bunch of scientists and a bunch of statisticians into your teams to make it work. For what? Ask yourself the question. You want reports. You want data. You're going to get data. You know, I can spit out a report on SEO in 10 pages and literally confuse the heck out of you. It's not important. That's important to the people doing the job of marketing, but not to the leaders managing the business and in such managing marketing people. So what I'm interested in when I have those conversations with the customers, is there a client that you sold something to that you have no idea who they are? Matter of fact, yeah, we just got an order from XYZ company here. Never heard of them. Good. There's the beginning, okay? The beginning of looking at evolution rather than looking at precision. If you're trying to find out who actually brought that customer in, that may be a phone call with a CSR, some inside sales, some salespeople in passing sharing a business card somewhere in the airport. You never know. But fundamentally, if your systems are correct, I will know exactly how many web pages guy or girls visited. I will know how many emails he or she has opened, clicked, and read, and all that is captured. All we need to do is connect the dots. That's where the finesse comes in, because your financial system talks Hebrew compared to what's written in Chinese into your ERP and what's written in Japanese into your marketing system. Matter of fact, when I was in one of the large companies I mentioned that I used to work with, I had 27 ways of spelling Boeing. The Boeing Company, Boeing Co., Boeing Inc., Byung, you name it. So the data structure, usually it's a nightmare, and I'm spending hours and hours with my customers to not cleaning the data, because that's a wishful thinking, but creating a connector. That's the key. That's the magic. From there, you can allocate attribution to the evolution of your business. Do not try to do it one-to-one. It doesn't work. It will never work. It's not believable. Many people do not understand what quantum physics is about. Okay, that's exactly what you're trying to achieve if you want more reports from marketing. So stop that. It's just not helpful for making better decisions. So that's it in this final episode of the series around how to get better at explaining what you do, how to get better at attracting the right prospect, how to get better at converting them, and how to get better at measuring the impact of marketing. So thank you for listening to episode 4. Press the next button. We have another wrap-up episode for you that will put everything into perspective, and pass it on to your friends. Call me. I am me, LinkedIn me. I'd love to hear your stories, and let's talk directly. B2B Direct Talk. Thank you again. See you next. Bye.